Christian Johnson of Jefferson High School. He made news over the weekend by announcing his commitment to Towson. He's going to play football there, and Christian Johnson with us on High School Sportsline for the second time this year, right?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Well, what went into your decision to choose Towson?
For me, the big thing was family. The family aspect there at Towson. It's a big thing for them. Also, being originally from Maryland, it's pretty cool to be able to go back to the hometown and be able to play college back in like the hometown area. Because I'm originally from Gettysburg, Maryland, so being able to go back, that made a big impact. And as well as like the players, coaches, everything, I fit in very well, and I got to pay for college, so it was the way to go.
What other options were you weighing? What other offers did you have, or options elsewhere? Ultimately, you decide the best fit with Towson, but what other possibilities did you have?
The main ones were JMU and Towson, as well as, like I said from before. But I weighed my pros and cons and everything like that, and Towson was the right choice for me, and the family agreed, and I made the commitment this weekend. So.
Was it a goal for you going into your senior season to get the opportunity to play in college?
Yes.
Well, what was the key there in fulfilling that goal? Obviously, hard work, the off season. If you've got that vision, it's a 12-month-a-year process, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was your career like overall when you look back at Jefferson the last couple of years, getting into the playoffs, and you put up some pretty significant numbers individually? What are some of the things that stick out when you look back at your career?
I would say the change in the players and the coaches. You know, we all were more like a family. I mean, we started off my freshman year, we were 1-9. And then we went 5-5 the next year, 7-3 last year, and then 8-2 this year. I mean, it was definitely the chemistry. We bonded. Coach Hearn did a great job coming in and fulfilling the head coach spot. The chemistry was just there. Everybody bonded. We knew what our goal was. And our goal was to turn the program around. I think that was the highlight of my career, is being able to be a part of a losing program and be able to turn it around into a winning program and go to the playoffs. You know, in the first time in 10 years, we went twice. We went last year and then this year. Obviously, the goal. This year was going to the championship. We fell a little bit short from that, but I feel like, as the program continues, like we were just the start. So as the program continues, there's the young guys that are behind us. They're gonna do great things next year, and hopefully they can eventually bring home a championship for the first time. So.
Was there a big senior group this year?
Yes, there was. We got our senior running back Marcus Burns, our linebacker, outside linebacker Devontae Berry. He's committed to Navy, and so we had a bunch of key players. Out here we have a bunch of key linemen, Phil Keller, Brandon Hermert. So there's a bunch of us that are leaving, but there's also a bunch of underclassmen that are going to do great things, that are ready to take the roles that we had and help win for the Cougars. So,
looking more to your future there at Towson, what has the coaching staff there told you about what they're expecting from you? Is it a come in and redshirt type deal, or is it a come in and compete right away, or have they gotten into any of that yet?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit. Actually, we talked about it a lot. So basically, when training camp comes around, they said, if I work hard and I play like I played on film, and I do show to prove that I can start and I can play. I'm not going to redshirt, and my playing time will be will be good. I could possibly be a starter. But it all just depends on training camp, to see who wants more. I got to prove myself. I'm kind of coming in as the low end. When you go into high school, you're a freshman, you got to work your way up. So it's kind of the same thing in college. I just got to prove myself in training camp the first year, and hopefully get that starting spot.
So
but then there's also the possibility of redshirting that we also talked about, which they really key on redshirting their freshmen. If you can save a year of education, save a year of playing time, they would love to do that. But if you prove yourself, then you can go ahead and play. So that's pretty much where I stand right now with that whole situation.
Yeah, and so having said all of that, what are some of the things that you're working on between now and then, just to fully prepare yourself to go in and compete right away?
It's definitely going to be a challenge because I committed as a safety, so I'm not going to be playing receiver anymore. So my big thing is just working on, everything that a safety needs to, perfect in their craft. Instead of working on, the receiver, of course, your hips and your feet work help both safety and and offense as a wide receiver. But I just need to more perfect my craft, get in the weight room a lot, get bigger, faster, stronger, and be prepared for what's ahead of me. So that's going to be my big things.
Is that going to be a tough transition for you, going from a guy who who was a top target, who the offense was focused on, to somebody on the defensive side? Have you thought through that? Is that going to be a difficult transition?
It's definitely going to be a challenge, but it's a challenge that I'm up for. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. I picked up a lot of things this last year about being a safety, so I don't think it's going to be too difficult for me. It's definitely going to be new. I'm going to need to learn a lot of things. I have a lot of growing at the safety position, but it's something that I'm going to work hard for and hopefully do great things at that position.
Now, you made the announcement on Twitter, and I was looking, you had 75 retweets, 160 likes. What's the reception been like from folks since you made that announcement? I'm sure it's been anticipated from folks there at Jefferson for a while.
Yeah, definitely a lot. A lot of congratulations. A lot of people that are very proud, and it's very exciting, to know that there's so many people that are backing you up in everything that you're doing, and as your collegiate career goes on, that those people are going to follow and go watch you play. So it was very exciting, especially only being like an hour and 30 minutes away. It was very, very exciting, very exciting.
Yeah, the family can watch you. That is really neat. What was the highlight? You talked about being part of a team that was rebuilt, and you came from one win to a team that was in playoffs situation back-to-back years. Does that stick out more, or you accomplished so much personally? You had the 7 touchdown game, I believe, when you were a junior. What's going to stick with you most, do you think?
I'd say the biggest thing, obviously, like the accolades are great, and that's going to stick out huge to me. But I think it's all together, being able to turn the team into a winning team, and as you're doing that, create your own records and create your own accomplishments by yourself. So, having like the state records for touchdowns, having 8-2 season, and all that kind of stuff. It all stands out. It's a great accomplishment, and I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of everybody. They did a great job. Quarterback, running back, all of them. Like, we all did a great job, and it's one of those things where everything kind of stands out.